What's good, guys? It's your boy Ivan Mike here, back with a brand new video to start off the new league racing season for League of Europe. Today, for round number 1 in Division 4, we are at the Bahrain International Circuit at Sharqiya in Bahrain, and I can't wait to get into this one a little bit, because I have never, and I mean ever, seen the checkered flag here in League of Europe. It has been 4 seasons in a row I have DNF'd out of this race. Will I be able to break that curse here today? So we are going to jump straight on in, and as you can see, we're coming to the end of our first lap, and it is a 26.2. Not a very good lap, but there's a lot of time there and I wasn't really pushing. So we're going to move on to our second flying lap, and as you can see, we are up by around 2.5 tenths, nearly 3 tenths, as we come through the final corner, and to the line we will come, and it is going to be a 25.9, just shy of 3 tenths off our previous lap, and of course our final run. And you're gonna see a big old bottle here as we take you through on a full lap of Sharqiya. So we're running down now into turn 1, braking just before the 100-meter board, down into second gear, trying to avoid that curb on the inside, up into third, trying to short shift to get the traction down, coming out of the corner, which we do, but we don't go through the corner as quickly as on our previous lap, so we are down by a couple of hundreds. And as you can see, for turn 4, just turning in a little bit too much, but we do get the traction on the exit, so we have scrubbed off a little bit of time there as we go through the S's, and as you can see, we are gaining time. We go up on our delta, but a big old lockup there just compromises us through the corner, but on the traction we're able to get up on our delta now into turn 10, an area where I will be struggling quite a lot, because obviously no ABS in that corner isn't particularly great, but DRS wide open on the run down now into turn 11. I know there's a lot of time here, and you will see how much time I'm able to gain, well over a tenth just in that corner alone. And as we go to the second sector split, we're just under 2 tenths up, and you see we missed the apex, we don't get the turn in, and we have lost all that time in turn 13, and you hate to see it as we come to the final corner. We know we're not improving, so we just abort the lap into the pits, and that is the end of qualifying for us, as we get a lovely warning for speeding in the pits. But there we go, that is the end of qualifying. Oh, Maverick taking pole position with a 25.1, absolutely fantastic lap from him. He just completely hooked up the middle sector. Meanwhile, our teammate Kamke in 3rd place, a good lap there from our teammate, and unfortunately for us, all the way down in P10, the worst place to be on the grid here at Sharqiya. But a Ferrari front row lockout, and 4th and 5th for the Mercedes boys, 6th and 7th for the Alpines, and obviously the Division 5 champion Slayer right behind both of the Alpines, and he is going to start directly in front of me. I mean, we wanted to have a lot of good battles last season in Division 5, but unfortunately I was too much of a bottle to really take the fight to anyone in there. Even though I had the pace, I just bottled and spun so many times. But we're getting ready now to go into this race to those 5 red lights. And what you're going to see is actually something that I'm not very used to. I actually get a good start for once. Able to get the jump on Mr. Ruta off the line, and as you can see, Slayer had a bit of a snap, so we're able to go 3 wide into turn 1. We're in the middle. Can we find the room? Can we find the space? And we're going to squeeze our way through, and up into 8th place we all go. And now we can try and get onto the back of MCR, who is up ahead right behind his teammate Major Falcon. So let's see if we can close up on the Alpines. And as you can see, up ahead, Kamke having a bit of a squabble, where I believe that is Jordan up ahead. So let's see if we can close up to these guys as we come through turn 8, and we're going to move swiftly on to lap 3. And as you can see, MCR dropping off the back of the pack, doesn't have the pace to keep with everyone up ahead, and now he is easy pickings for us as we come through the final corner. And we know we got DRS, we got the ERS, he hasn't got DRS, so this is going to be a relatively simple DRS overtake. Thank you very much, MCR, and we shall see you very soon as we just go ahead and get ourselves up into P7, and we'll go about our business. 30% on the front left, which I was a little bit concerned about the tyre wear around here, especially with the strategy I was trying to do. It was a one-stop soft to the mediums pitting around lap 11, and you'll see how the tyres fade up when we actually get there. But moving on now to lap number 7, we've been closing in on Relentless Jordan, and he has lost DRS and doesn't really have the pace to keep up with the guys at the front, and we've been catching him relatively comfortably. Not really too much of an issue, but with DRS wide open, we have a little think down the inside, but decide against it. We'd rather, you know, just sit behind Jordan for the time being, save a little bit of ERS if possible, but we do use a little bit on the exit at turn 3, but not a huge amount. We're going to close right back up, and now we'll just follow the Mercedes around. Of course, we've got people coming into the pits, and as you can see behind us, a lot of hard runners. And now at the end of that lap, starting lap number 9, we are closer to Jordan than we've ever been, and DRS wide open. We are just going to cruise on by, and that is P3 on track. But obviously Major Falcon yet to make his pit stop, along with Ryan B. We've got guys who have already made their pit stop, and as you see, they're 65% on the front left tyre, and that is not looking too good for us if we want to try and go to lap number 11. We're getting close to the area in where you would expect possibly a punch-out to occur, and here we go now on lap 11. Look at that, 80% on the front left tyre, and that is absolutely, I mean, I was absolutely bricking it going around on that lap. 81%, and you can see how far off the delta we was. We was about 2 seconds off the delta as we go into the final corner. We definitely lost a lot of time by staying out this extra lap, but we wanted to follow Ryan B's strategy, and we did. We came in at the end of lap 11, and now we're going to chuck on the medium compound tyres, and as you see there, Ryan B just getting released from the pits, and Alt Maverick will retake the race lead, but looks like he's on a 2-stop, and there we go, a 2.6 second pit stop there for myself as we drop down the order. So we're going to see Major Falcon fly past, we're going to see Slayer fly past, MCR, and we will rejoin not too far behind Jordan. So he was able to get the undercut to work on us, and around here undercut is very powerful, so I probably should have gone in the lap previous on lap 10 and just mirrored what Jordan was doing, but we was ahead at the time, and we wanted to keep ahead and focus on trying to catch Ryan, which didn't really happen. But as you see, Dirt Tim there retiring from the session, and it is unfortunate to see people retire, but he was one of the guys ahead of us, so it's a free spot for us. And you see there on the minimap, another car has gone out, and it is Bag of Bones, and that is going to trigger a full course safety car, which completely throws everything up in the air, because obviously myself, Jordan and Ryan B are on this one-stop strategy going straight to the end. There are guys who pitted for the hards who are also going to the end, like MCR ahead of us, who have the option now to pit for a fresh set of medium tyres, but also guys like Alt Maverick, who initially, I believe he was on a 2-stop strategy, and as you see looking at our tyre wear, we're on about 20%, just under. So our tyres are not too bad at this stage, and we'd rather have the track position. So as you see, most of the grid ahead of us pulling into the pits, and we will climb up the orders, and we will be ahead of Alt Maverick, who was the race leader. However, he will be on fresh tyres, and we will be in a 3rd place on track as we try to make sure that we can hold on to this and, you know, just see the checkered flag really. But here we go at the end of the safety car. You see Ryan B slowing up the pack, waiting for the safety car to go in, and I am focused on Ryan B. I'm waiting for him to go so I can react, and I do react perfectly with Ryan, but Jordan a little bit slow to react, so I had to let him go back through, otherwise I would have got an illegal overtake, and that gives Alt Maverick a chance to attack and go down the inside into turn 1. Nothing I can do really. He has the superior grip, and as you see there, the X above his name, and with that above his name, I have no interest now in fighting Alt Maverick at all. As soon as you see that X, I am not involved. You can leave me out of it, mate. Go do you. I'll just stick behind and see if I can follow you through when you try and get past Jordan. And that is the entire plan, as I try to keep Major Falcon behind, who is also on a fresh set of mediums, and he's going to be a tricky one to keep behind as well. But knowing that I can keep with Jordan and actually gain on him, that will pay dividends to me, I would think. And as you see now at lap 22, Alt Maverick moving to the inside to try and get the move done on Jordan. We're just a little bit too far back to really try anything, but we try and close up as much as possible, breaking late and maybe just a little bit too late there as we go deep into turn 1. That may put us under a bit of pressure from Major Falcon behind, but fortunately for us, we are able to get away with that scot-free. But Maverick, who we were hoping could open the door for us, we just dropped back a little bit too far and were unable to take advantage of that. But now, moving on to lap 23, you see Jordan has lost DRS to his teammate, who has been overtaken by Alt Maverick, and now can we close up enough to put the Mercedes under pressure? And I'm thinking about a dive into turn 1 and trying to look at the inside, and there's Jordan with a late-ish move. It's on the limit of being too late, but it was okay enough that I could react to it, and there we go, Jordan able to hold on position, but that does allow Major Falcon to catch us napping, and he's going to try down the inside. We're going to see if we can go around the outside, but free wide into that corner is not really going to work, and we're side by side now with Major Falcon. The Jordan is able to hold position, and we are side by side with the Alpine as we go through the S's. And can Major Falcon get the job done on us? He has the inside for turn 8, and he is able to get through, and maybe the switchback could help us, but we do not have the traction to really fight going into turns 9 and turn 10, so we were caught napping there by Major Falcon, and kind of a little bit put off by Jordan's late move into turn 1. We had to make a call. We went to the outside, and now we're going to try and follow Major Falcon through into turn 1. Little bit of contact side by side sends us into almost a half spin. We're able to regather though. We do lose a spot to our teammate Camk and to MCR, and now we got Marty, who is going to try around the outside as we understeer wide, trying to get the traction. A little bit of contact between us, and oh my god, Marty into the wall. Unbelievable. And that will bring out a safety car, which will completely save my race, but Jesus. So guys, I can confirm that this incident has been reported to the stewards in LOE, so I guess we'll see what comes of that. But from my recollection, you know, understeer on those 40% worn tyres into Marty, a little bit of contact, we went for a half spin, but from what I've seen from Marty's footage, full throttle on the curb is the reason why he lit up the rears and went flying across our front wing like that. But perfect restart for us now as we get past Alex. We're on the soft tyres now, so we need to make these moves count. But free wide into turn 1 up ahead. Giant Bravery, Slumpcom and MC are scrapping it out. A little bit of contact there. Alex getting kind of pinched in between both myself and Slumpcon, and there goes Giant Bravery off into the distance, and Slumpcon able to take advantage of MCR there. We're going to try down the inside, try and use our soft tyres to good effect, but we do not have the traction to really get enough of a run on MCR as we pick up an exceeding track limits warning, which I was thankful that I did not have a penalty in this race, but as you see, Slumpcon does, and we come on now to the final corner on the final lap. It is going to be Alt Maverick who takes victory here for the Ferrari, and we will cross the line in P8, but will be promoted to P7 due to Slumpcon's 3-second time penalty. MCR able to hold on in the end, and that is the rundown of the grid. We got Alt Maverick winning, Ryan B second, Major Falcon in third, Jordan in fourth, Camk, our teammate, in fifth, MCR in sixth, and of course ourselves in seventh place, Slayer in eighth, ninth going to Mr. Ruta, and Slumpcon in 10th for the fastest lap. And obviously we got Alex and Giant Bravery who were still in the race. And of course in League of Europe, the top 12 get points, so they both picking up points as well, even though they're outside the top 10, which is great to see. Marty, I don't know which way that stewards report is going to go. I mean, a bit of contact, understeer, nature of the corner. I think it may have been inevitable that we made a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but I went for a half spin. He went full throttle on the curb and lit up the rear. So I guess we'll see what the stewards got to say about that. But that will bring an end to round number 1 in League of Europe, and it was a absolute belter. And of course this week now coming up, we will have the Circuit of the Americas for the USA Grand Prix, and I have to think that the grid is going to be completely different. It's a completely different track, and the way this game is, I think everyone is going to have pace at their own track, and we'll see how we get on. Historically not very good at COTA, but that will be on Saturday. And if you guys want to catch the race live, make sure you tune in to League of Europe at 6:30, or you can come watch my POV on twitch.tv/IvorBrainMike. But until next time guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next video.